I saw a post the other day, and it's something I was thinking about, and it was, it was how women were talking about men being vulnerable. This woman, right? She was talking to a man at a book signing, and the guy came up to her and had her sign his book, and he was talking about how the women in his life are. He said that they would rather see him fail or burn and fall than fall from his white horse. Basically, it was saying that women in his life, he can't be vulnerable to the women in his life. Basically, the whole post was about he can't be vulnerable to the women in his life. And I went in and I started looking at the comments, and I saw a comment of like me talking about men were like, yeah, I can't either, I was cried in front of my, time, and she made fun of me. And another guy was like, cried about my father dying, and my wife made fun of me and never let me live it down. And, a bunch of these guys were talking about how, they were vulnerable in front of their women. The women looked at them as weak. And I started stopping and I kind of thinking about it, and I'm like, well, like, what kind of man would be perceived as weak if he showed vulnerability? And then I started thinking about what men are today, and I started thinking about how men are today, and I got the same picture in my head of every fucking man, every single man. They got the man titties, they got the big belly hanging over, they are soft, they're constantly looking for comfort. They come home every day bitching about how hard their job is and how hard their life is, and how, to sit there all day. They sit there every Sunday and watch football, and wives have to be looking at them like, well, they're sitting there with fucking Cheetos in their fucking belly button and their titties flopping around, talking about, yelling at the quarterback, who is one of the best quarterbacks in the world, how he sucks so much. The wife has to be looking at the husband like you're sitting on the couch, you fat ass, watching fucking men like at their full potential, and look at you.
Yeah.
The picture that I'm getting in my mind, because this is how men are today. Men are soft and fucking weak. So when a man is vulnerable in front of a woman, she's gonna be like, dude, fucking shit, I'm tired of your fucking pussy shit. If I was a woman, I would be like that. If I had most of these men in my, I was a woman and I see most of these fucking men, it cried, I would be like, dude, you're a fucking bitch. But now if you have a man that's a truly masculine man that carries that fucking burden every day, without bitching, without complaining, he does it. When he's vulnerable, the wife is gonna be open and receive that well. Am I right? What is your thought?
I agree with you. Because if you are bitching and complaining every day, I'm gonna be like, man up. Don't be a pussy. Like, don't like it, what are you gonna change about it?
Mm-hmm.
We've said this like a jillion times in a gajillion different videos. Like, if you don't like the situation you're in, you need to change it. I was talking about, and I'm gonna switch gears here, I was talking, friend, he was going through a hard time, and he's like, I don't want to cry because men aren't supposed to cry. I'm like, men do show their true feelings. Real men don't care if they show, like, if they're that vulnerable to cry. You just have to be around, like, the right type of person who can be there for them during that vulnerable time. Because it also takes a strong woman, and strong and understanding woman, to handle that type of situation. See what I'm saying?
I think so.
Like, I would rather really all of my male friends who have their head on straight, who are doing well in life and don't bitch about every little thing every single, like, all day, to be able to be vulnerable around me. And, don't care that you cry, because that just shows me that you feel safe enough to, right? Because we were taught all our lives, both men and women, that men aren't supposed to cry. That's some girly ass shit. But no, it's dealing with your feelings in a healthy way. Because it's okay to not be okay, as long as you are not sulking in it day in and day out and making a habit of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're bitching constantly, as a man, bitching constantly about every little thing day in and day out, then when you go to, like, that's, if you don't, I'll say it again, if you don't like where you are and, like, how you look and how you feel, then obviously you need to change that.
I think the point that I was trying to make with that,
I have your viewpoint, I have my viewpoint. We don't need to agree.
Yeah, I think we do. I'm trying to like bring it together here. Like, I think we do agree, because I don't think there's anything wrong with the man being vulnerable. That's not what my point was about. like, should be vulnerable. Men that think they can't be vulnerable, or men that think they can't show vulnerability, in my opinion, are actually weaker. Like what I was getting at with what I was saying was that no, your wife or woman, no, she doesn't want to see you cry and be vulnerable because you have the masculine side to be vulnerable with. Your difference in your partner and your friends. Like the difference in a woman having some kind of acquaintances or male friends or whatever, and them being vulnerable in front of her, and then her partner or her husband being vulnerable. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about, is like the husband aspect. The husband, father. When a man is already shows weakness all the time, when a wife sees a husband that already shows weakness all the time, when he tries to be vulnerable, yeah, she's probably fed up with that. You said women are bitches too because men don't have anywhere to go, right? Need to have somebody there to help them work through their shit, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, can you...
They should be able to fucking go to their spouses, but their fucking wives are too much of a pussy and try to... I forget how I said it.
Well, just say it, but say the same thing, but just say it however it comes to
I
you.
forget what I said originally.
Well, they need to be there to pick them up and help them work through it.
Yeah.
That's what you said. And, you know, you said they usually go to their guy friends or something like that, right? They go to friends? Or that's what most men say. Most men go to their guy friends.
Yeah.
Because their guy friends are the ones that pick them. And to that, I said, no, women don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to hear it from their men any fucking more, because men these days have become fucking pussies. They complain about everything. Men have become soft and fucking weak these days. They don't have masculinity anymore. Every man is trying to be either they're trying to be the overly toxic kind of masculine man, which is actually a lack of masculinity. And then men go to their friends, but their guy friends don't pick them up. Their guy friends don't call them up. Their guy friends just pat them on the back and say, "Oh, it's okay, man. Here's another beer. You know, man, you're gonna be okay, bro. You know, let's have some more beer. Go, play darts tonight. Let's go play some pool. Let's go to a football game. Let's go do some fucking stupid shit." Instead of their friends being men and saying, "Bro, quit being a fucking bitch. Look at you. You got fucking man tits. You got a gut hanging over you. You fucking come home tired every day because you fucking eat like shit. You complain all the fucking time about your job. No, your wife don't want to fucking hear it. It's time for you to fucking step up." That's what the other men should do. That's why men go to other men, because other men are fucking bitches too. So what I'm talking about, and what this whole thing is about, is men need to start being men again. It's called stoicism. Stoicism is fucking dead these days. And that's what needs to come, where a man could be vulnerable. A man should be able to be vulnerable with his wife and her not look down on him, because she knows that when it comes down to it, he's got that. He can carry that. He's got her back. But most women don't feel that way because their men don't show that. I mean, that's just what I see from society. I don't know if you see something different. That's what I see. I see a lot of really weak men. I know, because I used to fucking be one. I used to be one.
Can't say that I have.
Yeah.
But no, for real though, because it seems like there's a lot of people out there where the women wear the pants in their relationship and carry it all. And why can't men just do better? This world is not what it used to be.
Well, men don't do better because like they say, they go to all they have is their guy friends. If my guy friends that would come to me, I don't say, "Oh, bro, it's okay." I say, "Well, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You're overweight and fucking out of shape. You don't take care of your fucking self. I don't want to hear you complain about how shitty your life is until you start fucking working on yourself. Don't come to me with that bullshit." That's what I tell my friends. That's probably why I don't have friends.
Yeah, because they're too weak to hear the truth.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
And if more men would step into that masculine role, they would find that they could be a lot more vulnerable. They have that freedom and they have that safety to be vulnerable. You can't be vulnerable with somebody. I can't come to you and be vulnerable if you saw me break down every fucking time some shit happened. You see me stress out about things and flip out, but you don't see me break down like bawl my eyes out because of some shit. You've seen me, like, you've seen tears from in my eyes. You've seen me cry before, but you haven't seen me like become an emotional wreck and ball. And that's what these fucking men do. And I'm sorry, their woman does not want to fucking see that. That's not what the man's role is. A woman is not going to be safe, is not going to feel safe submitting to that kind of energy.
Like, doing it all the time over every little thing, no.
Like when I was a weaker man, there were things that would make me cry. But now I can't think of anything that would make me like cry. Like, there's only one thing that can make me cry, and that's when I think about you. But it's not like I'm like an emotional fuck balling. It's like when I think about how much love I have for someone, that's the only thing that makes me cry. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, women don't want to see that. A woman wants to know that she is safe and that her man has her. And women these days don't fucking have that. That's why that's why women come down. That's why women are the way they are to men. Because women have to take on the fucking masculine role nowadays, because men don't fucking do it. That's how society has fucking programmed men to be. They started the whole feminist movement, and that whole movement was to, and that's what you got now. You got a bunch of fucking emasculated men, and now women have to play the masculine role, and it's not the way nature is. It's not that's not the way the universe fucking works. That's why everything's so fucked. Speaking about feminine and masculine, did you know that ever since the fucking church, because it was the church, ever since Christianity changed the months in our calendar, because it was 13 months and 28 days, which is aligned with feminine cycle.
Yes.
The earth is in sync with the feminine cycle. So the earth, Mother Earth, is feminine. Well, men decided that it had to be masculine. They went to 30, they changed 12 months in a year. And that's why we're so fucked up biologically, because we're out of sync with the fucking earth. We're completely out of sync in vibration with the earth. Because of masculinity, actually, because of toxic masculinity. I'm not saying people misunderstand what feminine energy is and what masculine is. The feminine energy is the strongest energy there is. I mean, feminine energy fucking births fucking children. You know what I mean? Like, the feminine energy is the strongest energy. And that's why it's so important to let women submit to the man and get back into their feminine energy. But women can't. Women submit to the man. When I say stop trying to play the masculine role, but they can't, because they don't have a fucking masculine man to do that. That's why, if you have a strong family when the woman is allowed to be in her feminine energy, because of how powerful the feminine energy is.
That's something I want to talk about, but it's not related to this, so
Well, let's make another one right now. We'll make part 2.
Well, I mean, it's